Alright, this is a 2018 Ultra Limited. I'm just going to go through on how to change the spark plugs for the M8 motor. It's the same for the Street Glide Special, the Road Glide, probably the Road King, all the FLHs. 4 spark plugs, 2 per cylinder, and you got to take the gas tank off to get to it. So I've never done this before. I figure it's pretty easy, but I don't really know. So I just figured I'll make a little video. So the first thing is disconnect everything. So it looks like this is a vent. You've got electrical, 2 electrical wires here. Alright, that one came off easy. That came off easy. You got a vent tube here, which I'll probably need 2 hands for that. Alright, that came off. Then I think this would be the overflow tube. Overflow tube for the gas tank. So if I look down here, it's down here. So I can actually slide it through that one and slide it up. Alright, so all the accessories are disconnected right now. So the next thing I'm going to do is take the 2 bolts off for the gas tank, which I think are T40, and we'll start with that. And then we got to do the 2 bolts, or the 1 bolt on the front of the tank. So let me take these off first. Alright, the next thing is to disconnect the fuel line. It's right to the right and behind the horn. And basically all this is a quick disconnect. I usually take a rag and put it down at the bottom in case some fuel comes out. But you raise this just like a quick disconnect for an air tool, and just pop the fuel line out. Make sure you wipe up any gas. And then the next thing is to take the front bolts off of the gas tank. So it's always a good idea to put towels all over everything in case you drop something like a nut or a bolt. So on the front, I don't know if you can see this, there's so much sun here, you gotta just pull these plastic tabs off. Like the soft tail was 1 bolt that goes all the way through the frame. This looks like it's 2 separate bolts, 1 on each side. I think those are 1/2 inch, so I'm going to pop the 2 bolts off, 1 on this side and 1 on the other side. So now all the bolts are out of the tank, so hopefully it should just lift off. Of course the tank was full. I just filled it up with gas yesterday, but now we should have much easier access to the 2 spark plugs that are on top. The ones on the side, you could have got out before, but I think the only way you can get the other ones is with the gas tank off, and they make it so simple to take the gas tank off. It's not like the soft tails where you got the crossover tube. So we'll start that. So I could not get the spark plug boot off. I had to go buy spark plug pliers to do it. And these things seem to work pretty good. So down the spark plug hole, there's it looks like a bunch of debris down there, so I just want to make sure I blow them all out. the blow it out, get all the dust out. And also the spark plug pliers were just an item from the auto store. They did have rubber boots on the end of them. I had to cut that off so it would fit. And the spark plugs I'm going to use are NGK Iridium plugs. I'm going to see how those run. I've heard, I know they work really good on the older bikes. It's a very peppy spark plug. I've heard there could be some problems on the newer bikes providing feedback to the computer. I'm not sure. So I'm going to try running them and see what happens. So the spark plugs are in on both sides. The old spark plugs look like normal fuel injected plugs. They look fine. All you got to do is just put it back together now. Don't drop the tank or you hate yourself.